I have bumped up the threat for spin-up tornadoes to moderate, and this is mainly going to be in our southern tier of counties along U.S. Route 98, and that's going to include communities such as Macomb, toward Tylertown, Columbia, Purvis, Hattiesburg. This tornado moving in the direction of Port Gibson in the next 10 minutes, so you need to be getting into your safe spots in Port Gibson. Also heading toward Willows around 627. Wednesday, just about all of central Mississippi and the Pine Belt under a level 1 marginal risk for severe weather. Could be some thunderstorms that feature some damaging winds, large hail, and of course it is the south. We're always looking out for maybe a brief isolated spin-up tornado as well. And again, using our radar technology, we can estimate that there is very likely a tornado on the ground.
Fantastic. And who do you think is going to win the game tonight?
Mississippi Braves.
All right, we got some great fans down here. Hope you have a great evening. The weather is absolutely fantastic. Speaking of the weather, we've got a lot to talk about, including summertime heat and humidity and active tropics. Let's take it to Chief Meteorologist Ken South with an update on your full forecast.
We got two traffic alerts we need to talk about this evening. Our first one's going to take us up to Interstate 55 near Pickens, where in the southbound lanes an accident is causing some delays. You may want to consider taking Mississippi 17 to 51 to 432 west as an alternate route. There may be some rubbernecking northbound as well. However, after a couple really nice weekends, we're looking at a bit of a stormy Saturday night. I'm going to be breaking that down for you in your full forecast right after the break on WJTV 12 News at Noon. Yeah, we do unfortunately have another round of potentially strong storms in the forecast. And we'll talk about that in just a moment, though. But right now, nice and quiet, dark and early in the capital city right now, where the temperature is 44 degrees and we have light winds out of the northeast. That dew point is also low, too. 34 degrees means we don't have to contend with any dew. Now, no severe weather in the forecast for your Monday. We're going to have nice sunny skies all across the region. It's going to allow those temperatures to warm up really nicely. We're going to be going up into the upper 60s to near 70. We keep it nice and clear for the overnight as we head into Tuesday morning. Now, Tuesday morning, you may want to have the sunglasses as you head out the door, because we will see some sun, especially east of Interstate 55 in the Pine Belt tomorrow morning. But clouds are going to be on the increase as we go throughout the day. We're going to have some scattered showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder starting to develop by tomorrow afternoon. And this is ahead of the next weather maker, which is going to be a round of severe weather possible on Wednesday. So here's that risk area. Already a level 1 marginal risk for severe weather across just about all of central Mississippi and the Pine Belt, and this is for tomorrow night through Wednesday. This is not for tonight. Tomorrow night through Wednesday. That means damaging winds, large hail going to be the primary threats. We're always looking out, though, for maybe a brief isolated spin-up tornado here and there. So we're right in the middle of our severe weather season, and we're going to see a couple more of these events coming up over the next probably month or so. Here's how the setup is going to be tomorrow afternoon. Broad area of low pressure up in Canada, connected to a frontal system that's going to be spinning up a low pressure system down by the southern plains. This is what's going to bring us the potential for thunderstorms, a few of which could be strong Tuesday night into Wednesday afternoon. But then as we go through the rest of the day on Thursday, look at this. High pressure builds in, and much cooler temperatures are going to filter into the lower Mississippi River Valley by Tuesday afternoon. And then on Friday, high pressure is going to remain in charge, and it's going to be a really nice end of the week as we look ahead to Easter Sunday already. So today in Jackson, 68 degrees, sunny skies. Tonight's going to be a nice clear night, well, mostly clear night. Cool 49 degrees. That's actually a little above normal. And tomorrow we're going to see clouds on the increase with afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms. I'm going to have your pinpoint forecast coming up in just a few minutes. You don't want to miss it. Very important information as we've had a very active 2020 hurricane season. Fortunately, most of the storms we've seen this year were relatively weak tropical storms, but that changed today with Hurricane Hannah, which made landfall just a few hours ago in southern Texas with dangerous winds. In fact, right now holding on to some pretty good structure. It is now a minimal hurricane, winds only 75 miles per hour, but look at that robust convection developing down in the state of Tamaulipas in northeastern Mexico. The storm is expected to continue weakening as it makes its way across the Rio Grande into northeastern Mexico. Going to bring some torrential rains to not just the Brownsville area in southern Texas, but also Matamoros as well as Monterrey. Some locations could receive more than 15 inches of rain just in the next 48 hours, and there will be more rain after that. And that's not all. There's more. Also, we're talking about Gonzalo, no longer an organized tropical system. Really got disorganized as it moved its way west of the Windward Islands, but we're going to continue to watch this just to see if it gets reorganized as it heads into some more favorable dynamics a little later this coming week. Also, we're looking at Invest 92L. Already, confidence continuing to grow. In the next 48 hours, could become a tropical depression, 80% over the next 5 days. This could be the next named tropical system as it moves its way into more favorable development areas where Gonzalo developed. If it gets a name, it will be letter I, and that name will be Isaias.
20 people are now confirmed dead, with more than 140 people still accounted for after last week's building collapse in Surfside, Florida. But there's a potential issue that could hamper search efforts: the hurricane in the Caribbean. Search and rescue efforts are now back on after a 15-hour pause because of safety concerns that the whole building could come down. Officials in Miami-Dade County said they are planning for a demolition of what's left of the building, but they're concerned that the storm brewing in the Caribbean could cause an uncontrolled collapse of the still standing part of the building.
No one really knows in detail exactly what the condition of the remaining building is. We also have a storm coming. So we're looking at the storm and what it does to the building.
Could this storm knock the remaining parts of the building down?
Everything's possible.
FEMA says it will likely be weeks before the rest of the building is brought down. President Biden has ordered a probe into what caused the collapse, and he also pledged the federal government will pay for the first month of the response. Jackson City Councilman Kenneth Stokes is working to get shoes removed from overhead power lines. Councilman Stokes says the shoes can be a sign of drugs and gangs in the area. The councilman says the shoes can also be used by criminals to indicate that the area is their territory. A new ordinance would call for the city to remove the hanging shoes from power lines as they are reported.
You can call 311, report these tennis shoes in the location. 311 would then contact the Public Works Department. We have a maximum time of 7 days. We're not going to have open symbols of gangs and drugs in this city.
Stokes says that along with citizen calls, city council members will work together to discuss problem areas in their wards. Stokes hopes the removal of shoes from power lines will help slow increasing crime and gang violence in the city. The order is on the agenda for the next city council meeting on Tuesday.